Hey, this is attorney Elizabeth Potts-Weinstein, and today we're going to talk about closing or canceling your EIN with the IRS. So if you're shutting down your business, one of the things that may be on your to-do list is figuring out what do you do with your EIN. Now, an EIN is called an employer identification number, but it's really more than that. It is a number that you get from the IRS. It's kind of like a social security number for a human being. An EIN is the tax identification number for a business. And you could have gotten that as a sole proprietorship, or you could have gotten that as an LLC or a corporation. Now, as you're shutting down your business, you kind of want to close everything, right? And part of this is so you don't have upcoming filings or payments or taxes or anything due, even when the business doesn't exist. And part of it is a way to prevent fraud. Theoretically, if you just leave accounts open all over the place, someone could figure that out. They could do some kind of fraudulent thing with that EIN number or any other kind of account that you have. And then the fraud is discovered and they come after you. Obviously, you don't want that kind of business identity theft to happen to you. So you may want to cancel or close your EIN. Now, according to the IRS's website, you don't really cancel an EIN. So let's look at what they say about this. What they say is that an employer identification number, it doesn't get canceled. The EIN is always going to be attached to that business in case something comes up in the future. However, you can close the account, which really closes the loop, so there's nothing like outstanding left open. How you actually do that is fairly straightforward. You literally just write them a letter to the address that you use to file your tax returns. So like if I'm here in California, I file my tax returns to the address in Utah, but if you're in a different part of the country, you may be using the address in Missouri. And you send them a letter with the legal name of the entity, the EIN, the business address, and the reason you want to close your account, which if you're shutting down your business, it's because you're shutting down your business. If you happen to have the document you got from them to originally open it up, that would be good to give them that too, but maybe you lost that. Hopefully you keep that because you actually need that to like open up bank accounts and stuff. Now, one of the things is you have to have all your stuff finished that may use the EIN. So your final tax return, all that final tax payments, all that kind of stuff has to be done. So this might be one of the last things that you can close because you need your bank account closed. You need everything closed that and canceled and paid and filed that is attached to this EIN in this business. So this will probably be like literally the last thing that you do. The IRS also has this page about closing a business. And if you're shutting your business down, I'd recommend reviewing this page to make sure you've ticked off all the boxes here. You need to file your final tax return when you close a business. And that's going to be a little bit different as a sole proprietorship versus if your tax is a partnership versus if your tax is a corporation. You need to finish all your employment taxes stuff if you have employment taxes stuff. If you have a pension, a benefit plan, some kind of retirement plan, you're going to need to close the loop on that too, which is a whole thing. Obviously, pay any taxes that you owe. You need to do your 1099. So like, let's say it's here in February, when I'm recording this on February 28th, and I'm shutting a business down, but I did pay a contractor in January. Well, that 1099 is not going to go to them until next year, January. So I'm going to need to leave that EIN open until then because I have to do the 1099. So as you can see, it can take a long time for all this to get settled out. And then after all that's done, you can cancel the EIN, what really you're closing the business account with the IRS for that EIN. Now you still do need to keep records. How long you need to keep the records depends on the kind of records they are. I mean, I just keep them for many, many years, so I don't have to worry about that. The usual rule of thumb is you won't need them more than 7 years. But to be honest, sometimes you actually need that, maybe not necessarily for legal reasons or tax reasons, but for your own records. Sometimes you may want to go back and look at what happened. And so having some of your financial records for any business that you've had for going all the way back to the beginning can be very, very helpful for planning your next business or figuring out what happened, etc. So again, this is attorney Elizabeth Potts-Weinstein. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, you can feel free to post them in the comments below and I'll try to point you in the right direction. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Subscribe for more videos like this. And if you have even more questions, you want to connect with other people like you want to get more support for your business, you can look at joining the Discord, which is free, or joining the Patreon. Links are below in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.